A few months ago I bought this van and I'm currently converting it into a camper. Now over the past few weeks I have been stripping out the van bare, ready to start the build. And now it's time to do sound deadening and insulation. Won't be needing this light. Gonna get some proper LED lights for the roof. Currently the only power tool I know how to use, but that's going to change over the course of this van project. I'm going to learn how to use really sharp, dangerous tools. 18-volt lithium-ion battery screwdriver with a T30 screw head. It's one of those star-shaped ones, and I've got to rip out some more stuff. Do I just pull it as hard as I can? Or is there a proper way? Oh no. Okay, we've just decided to trash it. See, this is the problem with working on DIY projects when you're in a bad mood. Today has just not been a good day for me. So I just decided to pull it really hard. And then that happens. This should come off now because I've undone loads of screws. Yay, it comes off easily. If only I knew how to do it before I broke the whole thing. That was easy enough. I went to the shops earlier and for the first time of my life I bought one of these. Do you sell a dustpan and brush?
Yes.
Ah,
okay.
Perfect, that's all I needed. Thank you very much.
Okay, good.
Cheers. Never thought I'd be a proud owner of a piece of cleaning equipment. Anyway, I bought this because I need to brush all the dirt and the dust out of the bottom of the van before I put on the sound deadening. I've just stripped out the last few remaining bits of the van, took out the light, took out some other plastic things that were down there, and also sealed up the holes in the floor with some silicone sealant. And now it's time to do some sound deadening. I've got this box here which has 60 sheets of Dodo Matte Deaden Hex, whatever that means. Basically it's just sound deadening material. I don't actually know what it is, but it deadens sound. So you put it on the metal surfaces like this, which sound really echoey. A van is built a little bit differently to my car. When I drive in my car, it's very quiet because it's an enclosed space. There's seats in the back, it's all carpeted, and it's naturally very quiet. But in a van, you've got all this metal and this open space for sound to echo in. I want my van to be as quiet as possible, so I'm going to open up this box and start sticking it on the wall. I went to the local hardware store earlier and I picked up a new tool, a Stanley knife, and it's got this really cool thing here. You can open it up, it's like a James Bond gadget, and in there is stored all my blades. I think I've got 5 of them, like that. 5 super sharp blades. Oh, I see. So you slide the whole thing out and then it goes even further, and this, it's magnetic, so it just holds it there. That's really cool. What is sound deadening made of? So this sound deadening material is self-adhesive, which means it's got this thing on the back. It's like a sticker. Peels back, that's really sticky, and it sticks onto the side of the van. So this is made of butyl rubber, and then it's got the reflective coating on the outside. I got the sticky back, I'm gonna peel it off. So now that's really sticky. I feel like I've made a massive progress in my life. I've just sound deadened something for the first time ever. We're gonna cover the whole van in this stuff. Sound deadening. Well, I've successfully put the stuff on that panel, in there, and in there. But now I'm faced with another problem. I've got to put it on this curved shaped wheel arch. But it's a problem because these are square, and if I put that on, it's just gonna it won't fit very well, so I'm gonna have to do something. Can everyone give me a big round of applause in 3, 2, 1. Stick on there, you stupid bit of sound deadening. I'm bloody sick and tired of this sticky stuff now. It was fun at first, but now I just want to do something else with my life. Sorry for the negativity. I've just been doing this for the last like 3 hours and it's getting a little bit tedious and boring, as anything does, I guess, if you do it too much. It starts to feel like a waste of time until you finish it, and then you knock on that wheel arch, and then you knock on the one which isn't done yet, and that's what it sounds like. That is so loud, and that is so flipping quiet. That's why we do sound deadening. Before you've done something, you don't know if it's going to be worth it. So it's like, shall I really bother putting effort into this or not? This feels like a pointless idea. But now, spending like 50 quid on these sound deadening things and spending 3 hours putting it on the van, it's starting to feel worth it. Now I've just got to finish the whole thing. Oh, I could be under the sea, in an octopus's garden, in the shade. Oh, hi there. Forgot the camera was rolling. You know, I've wondered what it would be like to film myself sleeping one day. Imagine what you do when you're asleep, which you don't even realise. Like, I could be a completely different person when I'm asleep. I might just have a completely different personality. I might film myself sleeping and realise that I talk about really scary, weird stuff. Keep your eye out for the next episode on the Just Alex channel, where I'm going to be sleeping, or sleep talking, or sleep walking. Or maybe I'm going to convert a van in my sleep. That'd be cool. I think I've been affected by the sun today. Hey there everyone, my name's Alex and I'm currently in the process of converting a van. This is my VW Caddy Maxi, it's like the long wheelbase version, and I'm trying to turn it into something which I can travel around in. The idea of living or spending a few weeks in a van, traveling anywhere, calling anywhere your home. It's just been a fun sort of dream of mine for a while, and I'm sure lots of other people sort of dream of traveling around and camping out in a van, and I thought it'd be a fun video project to film. Another reason for converting this van is because I've got to move out of my flat because my tenancy runs out in 1 month, so I need somewhere to live. A couple of things which have been absolutely vital to the success of my day sound deadening have been a bucket to put all the scraps of, like, the where you peel back to reveal the adhesive, you get a bit of paper like this, and if you have a bucket you can go like that. Alex just discovered the rubbish bin. And another thing that's been really useful is a sheet of just scrap wood, because when you're cutting pieces of the material you don't want to do it on the bottom of the van because you'll scratch up the van, but a board like this is perfect for cutting up shapes of the material. And I've got a towel to kneel on so my knees don't hurt. Let's go for a test drive, see how quiet the van is now. So this is how the van sounds without sound deadening. And this is what it sounds like with sound deadening. Another day, another box. This is a roll of closed cell foam which has been suggested to me for the insulating layer. This goes on top of the sound deadening, and I'm also going to lay this down on the floor. It's got the same peel back sticky surface as the sound deaden material. So I can just peel this back, cut it to size, and then lay it down. But yeah, we're gonna just do the same as what we did yesterday pretty much. But as well as doing the walls, we're gonna also do the floor. The tools I'm gonna use are tape measure, scissors to cut the material to size, and also a pen in case I need to mark the material. So, let's get to it. Learned something already. Basically, every time I push down this, it shrinks the material. So when I cut it to the right size, it's actually lost like 1.5 inches, because each time it goes down one of these gaps like that, it moves along. So I've got to actually cut it a bit longer than it has to be. Now I've just got to do the whole thing. You know, I've begun to enjoy mundane tasks like washing up or vacuum cleaning the house, or indeed insulating a van, because these sorts of tasks don't take up much brain power. I can simply just sit down, get on with the job in hand whilst thinking about other things like what I should eat for dinner or where I should go on holiday next year. With this insulating work, it doesn't have to look pretty, it doesn't have to be exactly precise, because no one's going to actually see this surface. The hardest parts of this project are going to be the electrical setup and the woodwork, because these are the things which actually really matter. They need to work perfectly. If the electricity setup is wired wrong, then we're screwed. And if the woodwork looks bad, then everyone's gonna think I'm a Dumbo. So I'm going to enjoy this pretty average, boring process of insulating, because next step will be the electrical stuff, and that's gonna actually require some brain power. I'm gonna really have to search deep inside, probably the left side of my brain for that. I'm gonna have to do some revision. I have to remind myself of my physics lessons from school. I just opened another roll of the insulating stuff. I've now got to do the wheel arches and also the side panels. Then we're sorted. That is the insulation nearly done. I've still got to do the roof panels, but before I do that, I'm going to fit a solar panel, because this van is going to be solar powered, and I'm going to edit my videos and live from the power which comes from the sun. I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, in a couple of days, a guy called Reese is coming around and he's going to help me fit the solar panel. So a very kind person on Instagram contacted me and said he could help me fit the solar panel. I'm pretty scared to do any of these things on my own, because it's the first time I've ever done anything like this. So I want to have people come and help me. Thankfully, a guy called Reese is coming around. At least I think his name is Reese. The problem with the internet is that you don't really know who they are. Just warning you, be careful who you meet up with from the internet, and get a feel for whether they are a legit good person before you just meet up with them. He's gonna come around in a minute and help me sort out this solar panel. He's coming around today just to analyze the situation, see how it's gonna fit, and then I think in a couple of weeks we're actually gonna fit it. So this is Reese, who is helping me sort out my solar panel, because I don't have a clue what I'm doing. Can you quickly explain like what you do? Like, what's your job? Because it sounds pretty interesting. And what you used to do with the F1 stuff.
So I used to be a Formula 1 mechanic for probably about 5-6 years, but I used to do a lot of motorsport before that as well. From when I was about 17, I think I've been doing it. I'm now 31, put that into reference. But yeah, currently I'm working on electric prototype vehicles, basically. I'm a prototype engineer, so yeah, pretty cool. Wow, I got the right man for the job.
This is Reese's Tesla. It looks so cool. Like, how many miles does it do?
It does.
Like on one charge?
It'll do about 250 miles if you drive it carefully.
That's crazy. I didn't expect electric cars to last that long on one charge.
If you drive it carefully, it'll do good mileage.
When you pulled up earlier, it was just silent. I hardly knew you were there. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Appreciate it. Having your skills on hand is much appreciated.
Yeah, no worries. We'll get it fitted.
Yeah.
Get it working.
I'm excited.
It makes me so happy being able to work with people like Reese, because in the short time that I spent with him, looking at how we were going to fix the solar panel to my van, I realised that his brain works in a different way to mine. He is constantly problem solving. He's an engineer, so his job is basically all about problem solving, trying to work out how to make things and how to fix things and create things out of nothing. And he could see all the problems we would encounter with this thing, which sounds like quite a simple project, you know, attaching a solar panel to a roof, but there's actually lots of little things that can go wrong, and there's little things that we could do a certain way to make it a slicker end result. So cheers Reese, I'll see you in a couple of weeks when we're going to fix the solar panel. Part 3 is coming soon, where I'm going to be tackling the electrical stuff and solar panel. See you then.